Good morning, students. Welcome to your English online class. Today, as you know that some of the lessons chapters from both the books I have cut short. So now the sixth lesson, poets and pancakes. Today I'll teach you this. I just try to explain this chapter summary first, and then I will give you few questions based on this story. So let's first discuss about the author Ashoka Mitran. Ashoka Mitran was born in 1931. He was a Tamil writer. Recounts his years at Gemini Studios in his book My Years with Boss, which talks of the influence of movies on every aspect of life in India. The Gemini studio, located in Chennai, was set up in 1940. It was one of the most influential film producing organizations of India in the early days of Indian filmmaking. Its founder was S.S. Vasan. The duty of Ashoka Mitran Gemini Studio was to cut out newspaper clippings on a wide variety of subjects and store them in files. Many of these had to be written out by hand. Although he had performed an insignificant function, he was the most well informed of all the members of the Gemini family. The following is an expert excerpt from his book My Years with Boss. So let's begin the summary of this lesson, Poets and Pancakes. So here few expressions and few words are given. I want you all to please look at them, and if you find any difficulty in any words meaning, then please look at the dictionary. So here we see start the summary. Poet and pancakes summary. It will really help you to learn about this chapter in a very simplified manner. The chapter has been taken from the book My Years with Boss by Ashok Mitran. It is about his time when he worked in Gemini Studio. It was quite a famous film studio back in those days. We learned that Ashok Mitran's job is to cut newspaper clipping, as it was given in the beginning also when we had discussed about the author. So his basically he was there to cut the newspapers and he used to collect the clipping in a file. In this story, we learn about a lot of things relating to film industry, especially the one in India. We get an inside glimpse of the working it and also of the beginning of India post independence. So the writer here writes his take on the makeup department. As we see that poets and pancakes. So pancake here it was a brand. It was not the name of anything, or it was not any delicious edible thing, any cake or something. It was pancake is actually the name of a makeup brand used by Gemini Studio. So the lesson begins with Ashoka Mitran telling us about Gemini Studio, that we will learn here about the very popular makeup brand whose name was Pancakes. The Gemini studio use this brand excessively and orders truckloads of their products. After that, he goes on to tell the readers about the troubles the actor and actresses faces. We learn about the many lights glaring in their faces when they are getting ready in the makeup room. So before coming for the shot, means both actors they have to get ready, and lots of makeup is used on their faces. So moreover, he also mentioned how the makeup department use loads of making makeup to make them look ugly. He also tells us about the office boy in the makeup department. He has a job to slap paint during crowd shooting on the face of players. Further, we learn that the author is a poet who joins the studio to become an actor. This author, he himself wanted to become an actor, as there was earlier one story in 12th standard. That story was also like boy Patol Babu. He too wanted to become an actor, but afterwards, when he joined the industry, he found that the people they only used him, made use of him. So the same way here, this man had come to become an actor, and afterward, or a screenwriter. But afterward, what happens? He was made only for he was made for different work. He was kept there for different works. So he wanted to become either news that screenwriter, director, or direcist. He has a he has a potential of doing all these works in a very way, or we can say he was very uh, expert in all these things. The office boy always came in with his complaints to the author. The author thinks that Shubhu is the one who troubles him. As Shubhu is a Brahman, the author thinks he has an upper hand. Okay, so till here I keep this, and tomorrow rest of the summarization will take place. I just want you to read this chapter, read this story, and then tomorrow I'll finish it, and with that I'll give you few important question also, which will be based on paragraph, and it will surely help you in your board exam. Till then, be safe, stay home. Have a nice day.